On to Jojo. She released a song. She released a cover of a song, Betty Davis Eyes. It doesn't sound amazing. There are parts of the song that don't sound anywhere near as bad. Here, I'll play another little snippet.
Her hair is hollow gold. Her lips sweet surprise.
The section they picked to be like the advertising section is obviously just the worst part of the song, which makes me think that people on her team are maybe rage baiting as a way of like boosting sales, boosting conversation. And I think that's pretty fucked up because I think that a lot of her team just doesn't care about her mental health at all. In fact, I think there's some pretty great evidence of that throughout her entire career.
I have been dyeing my hair since I was like 2, maybe 1.5.
I think a lot of people on her team are leaning in to her embarrassing herself because there's so much about this song where I'm like, Jojo isn't the problem here. Her voice doesn't sound amazing. She could definitely use a little bit more training with her voice, and that's been true the whole time. I mean, when she was talking about Karma, she basically just said like, oh, I would just go in the studio and I would just keep doing it over and over again until I kind of got it, and then we would record it, and then like I couldn't talk for like the rest of the day.
The amount of times I lost my voice while recording Karma is actually crazy.
I was like, oh girl, that's not fucking good. And I don't know why no one on her team is just getting her an actual vocal coach to teach her like proper technique. I don't understand. But I think that the people on her team just don't care. And if she embarrasses herself, that's still good for the brand. That still brings engagement. That still brings attention. And with this song too, yeah, her voice doesn't sound amazing, but the problem with the song is way, way, way more in the production of it. I mean, if you listen to the cover that's like the most popular version, it also has a similar kind of raspiness in the vocals, but it just works better with that production.
And she knows just what it takes to make it pro-blush.
Look at the comments for this. Your voice sounds like it hurts. The rasp and the autotune fighting each other. Well, that's kind of true. We should all give Rebecca Black an apology. I'm so glad Betty Davis isn't alive to hear this. Former Dance Moms star Jojo Siwa threatens to release music. Like, every single comment is negative. It's kind of clear that part of the reason that Jojo is fairly good at taking all this criticism in stride is because of the fact that she grew up in an environment where adults were always yelling at her and telling her that she needed to suck it up.
You deserve nothing else. You earn it. You can't stand here and cry. I want no crying children. None.
Well, if you yell at me, I'm gonna cry.
Get out.
But then Jojo is responding to ones on TikTok.
Oh, just funny. Taste to make it police. All the boys think he's a boy, so you got Betty.
But she's keeping on.
This is me auditioning to play Jojo Siwa in the biopic of Jojo Siwa.
And she'll tease you. She'll tease you. All the better just to please you.
She's keeping a good sense of humor about it, which is good. But it just kind of reminds me that why does she have to keep a good sense of humor about it? And why is she so good at keeping a good sense of humor? Because people just keep being mean to her, and there's really nothing else for her to do than to project like a feeling of unbotheredness. But yeah, so the big thing around this, and I knew it immediately, the fact that she had this kind of like 50s-ish hairdo, I knew immediately. I was like, here come the tradwife accusations. Here they come. So first of all, I want us to all just really get this image in our minds. This is what everyone is calling a tradwife. This is the full outfit. I don't want to be mean here, especially because we're trying to be nice to Jojo, and this is not the nicest thing for me to say, but that outfit's too ugly to be a tradwife outfit. It just is. So first of all, I think we should acknowledge what everyone is saying is a tradwife outfit is very clearly Jojo just trying to evoke Betty Davis. Like, I don't think this is great Betty Davis cosplay. It's kind of just more of like standard mid-century actress. But we know that Jojo Siwa isn't the best when it comes to knowing her history.
When I first signed with Columbia, I said I wanted to start a new genre of music. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, It's called gay pop.
You know, do I think that she's really sitting down digging into old Bette Davis movies? Probably not. And that's fine. You know, she's a young girl. She doesn't have to have super specific references. But she still is clearly trying to do a Bette Davis style thing. And Bette Davis, not a tradwife. Not at all. Not even in the slightest. And the thing about it too is that it's so clearly just one photo shoot. You look at JoJo's TikToks and like her daily posts, she doesn't dress like this. And that's what's so crazy is the amount of people that are saying that this is her new rebrand. No, it isn't. It was a photo shoot for a song that was pretty blatantly called Bette Davis Eyes. This is not her new thing. And even if it was her new thing, this is still, I mean, those shorts. If you're calling her a tradwife with these fucking shorts on, I just don't even know what to say to you. Yeah, exactly. Like Ovi said, the shorts end the conversation. They do. They do. But the last time I brought up this video, I did have some people tell me that the content of Anna's video is a lot more generous toward JoJo than the title and thumbnail imply. Now, I admitted the last time when I brought this up that I hadn't watched the video and she might have said something way more nuanced and way more agreeable within the content of the video, but that to me it didn't really make that much of a difference because I think the thumbnail and the title is bad enough. And the reason that she titled it this way, and it has 1.4 million views, is because everyone, in fact, is hating on Jojo Siwa right now. This is just one of many, many, many videos where people are outwardly bullying JoJo for things that are pretty inconsequential, especially in terms of like larger social discourse. Like, I guess the thing that Anna was talking about here, that the main criticism she has for JoJo is the fact that she cheated on her partner.
You heard that right. A second cheating scandal has hit Siwa Studios.
Which, I'm sorry, that's fucking stupid. I think it's ridiculous in terms of the whole framing of that relationship and the fact that she's getting called a cheater when she didn't even make out with the guy. And I get, again, like, it was inappropriate for sure for someone in a monogamous relationship, but it was also someone in a monogamous relationship of 5 months. Not like years, but 5 months. And she was in this environment where she like literally could not get away from the person that she was having these feelings for, you know? Like, it's not like she could have separated herself from Chris when she started to feel a certain way toward him. She was trapped in the Big Brother house. Yeah, the relationship developed. I think it's just a little bit disingenuous to like call her a cheater for that when she didn't even make out with the guy. But whatever, you want to call her a cheater, fine. I guess we have different takes on the situation. But the way that people are using the cheating thing as a way to continuously dogpile onto JoJo, even when they know that she is being unfairly portrayed in a lot of other ways, it's very similar to the hate campaigns against people like Amber Heard and Blake Lively. It's not exactly the same. Obviously, what happened to those women was quite a bit worse because it involves like underminings of victim stories and whatnot. But while I think that the large bullying campaign against JoJo is genuine, it's not the same product of like a PR firm the same way that the hate campaigns against Blake and Amber are. What those PR firms are doing is they are trying to mimic the kind of hate campaign that springs up organically like this one against Jojo Siwa. They are doing the same things that they watch videos like this do, where no matter what your opinion is on the big things that they're getting called out for, which with Blake it's like the allegations of sexual harassment, and with Amber it's like the abuse allegations against Johnny, those are like the center points of those hate campaigns. But they find ways, these PR firms, to build it out so that whatever you think of that core thing, you always have some other reason to hate them. There's always something else that you can go like, oh, I think that maybe Johnny was kind of abusive toward Amber, but she didn't donate that money to the children's hospital, even though that's kind of a lie. But even if it was true, even if it was true that she faked her donations or whatever, or lied for clout, it's still just an irrelevant point to the larger conversation. But it's something that someone else can point to, even if they agree that Amber is a victim of something, they can go, but she's still a bad person. The same thing with the Blake Lively shit. You might think that she was a victim of sexual harassment, but coincidentally, as that stuff is coming out, there's also this renewed interest in her plantation wedding, which obviously, yeah, plantation weddings are bad. And that's a more legitimate reason to criticize someone, because that does relate to like larger structural problems and prejudices in our culture. But it's still just irrelevant to the core of why she's in conversation right now. But it's something that you can always point to and be like, yeah, Blake probably shouldn't be sexually harassed, but fuck her still, because of the plantation. Like, it's just a way for there to always be space for you to hate somebody. And with JoJo, while Anna Marie might be saying that, hey, we shouldn't be biphobic toward JoJo because she's entitled to change her mind about her sexual orientation, though even still, it's like, girl, this is a pretty egregious thumbnail. Like, let's be honest. But even aside from all that, you pair that commentary with like, oh, we shouldn't be biphobic toward JoJo, but it wasn't okay for her to cheat on her girlfriend. You're just giving space to the hate campaign. You're widening the conversation so that someone always has a reason to criticize JoJo. And in this instance, it's fucking stupid too, because it's not even like, it's not even a big structural thing the same way that a plantation wedding is, where it's indicative of historical racism. It's literally just an interpersonal conflict between strangers. It's like, these are young people who have kind of messy public relationships, but they're ultimately relationships that don't affect anybody else. So to make the cheating such a center point of the criticism against JoJo, it's just ridiculous. It shouldn't even come up. Part of the reason that I brought hers up as like an example was because this was the one that just kept showing up on my homepage. This was the one that YouTube was like, oh, you're gonna want to see this. And I was like, do I? What is it that I'm watching that makes you think I wanted to watch this particular video? I brought this one up because I'm like, it's just a representative example of a larger problem. But whether or not the content inside the video is a little bit more nuanced than the title and thumbnail suggest, the title and thumbnail contribute to the larger ecosystem around Jojo Siwa. It is one niche within the larger misogyny slop ecosystem. And so the other day, I just typed in Jojo Siwa into YouTube, and I'm gonna show you everything, not everything that came up, but a lot of the stuff that came up. These are just the results when you search her name. So there's Jojo Siwa is disgusting. This person put a fake, similar to what Anna did here with fake quotes, a fake tweet that says, I was never gay, I lied, LOL. There's another one that's similar thumbnail, I lied about being gay, LOL. This person even took the time to put June 1st as the timestamp for this, because that's the other thing, is that people are like, oh my god, she had a boyfriend during Pride Month. Ah. Time isn't even real. Shut up. Jojo Siwa's rebrand is a complete disaster because, again, apparently this is a rebrand, an outfit that she wore one time. Fuck LGBTQ. Jojo Siwa, queer icon to straight tradwife, ? And I'm sorry, especially like this is the photo that they're using to signify the queer icon part. As if when she was wearing this outfit, she was lauded as like the greatest lesbian of her time. No, she was fucking mocked during this era too. You're just now all rewriting it to be like, oh my god, you were such a celebrated queer icon just like a year ago. What happened? H3, love it. Love to be in the same category that he's making videos in. I think everyone should be super proud of themselves for that one. Jojo Siwa has officially lost it. This one has 1 million views. Jojo Siwa's tradwife era just got worse. Doing another doctored tweet that says, I belong in the kitchen. Jojo Siwa just lost her mind. I'm a straight wife and pregnant. This is another thing. They're all obsessed with the idea that Jojo Siwa is pregnant. It's like the second she got with a man, it's so gross how they were all just like, oh, you know what men do? They shoot jizz up into women's vaginas. I bet that's what he's doing to her. I bet she's pregnant. Like, that is literally the thought process here. It's like, she's with a dude now. She must be getting cream pied. Like, what is your problem? Jojo Siwa has totally lost her mind. I'm straight and pregnant. I'm gay. And okay, this photo, by the way, this is the one they keep comparing where they're like, what happened? This was a couple months ago. There is absolutely no reason to believe that JoJo doesn't still stand by the things that she was advocating for at this exact moment. It was just a few months ago, and all she's done in the meantime is put on a fucking crop top and done her hair a little bit differently than normal. That's literally the only thing that happened. Jojo Siwa's new tradwife look is worse than you think. She's pregnant. Jojo Siwa is pregnant. Team boy or team girl? She's pregnant. Explaining how Jojo Siwa became a tradwife if you're employed in, I think it's Wanna Know the Tea or something. Jojo Siwa has rebranded herself again. Fuck being a lesbian. Gay icon to tradwife, Jojo Siwa's new grift. Again, with the gay icon thing, it's like you all were celebrating her at this moment. Really? That's what you want me to believe? Like, oh my god, look how far she's fallen. You fucking hate her then too! Jojo Siwa is losing her mind. I'm a wife now. No, she didn't say that. Jojo Siwa's rebrand keeps getting worse. She got worse. Jojo Siwa, you good? Not again. And then this one I saw earlier today. I was just like on YouTube, and I just saw goodbye Jojo Siwa. Number 1, straight. Number 2, new boyfriend. Number 3, pregnant. This is what is happening right now. So like, yeah, we can go back and say that Anna Marie had more nuanced commentary within her video, but what does that thumbnail do? It does the same shit that all these other ones are doing. It is still participating. It is still contributing to this mass online dogpile of a young woman who really didn't do anything wrong. Not in this instance, at least. She did, you can criticize her for other stuff. She's done some other stuff wrong. But that's not why they're talking about this. Even that people would be willing to overlook if she wasn't just so cringe. That's really kind of it. It's the fact that she's cringe. And why is she cringe, by the way? What is it that makes Jojo Siwa cringe? Is it the fact that she doesn't really understand how other people see her, like normal everyday people, because she's never been able to live like a normal life? She doesn't know what the average person would find embarrassing because she's never been an average person. She's always been surrounded by yes people and no people and people who control her daily existence, and she has a fucking toilet with her face on it, you know? Obviously, she's cringe. But that cringeness comes from the fact that she's kind of just a victim of child abuse. She's a person who's been working and making money for other people her entire fucking life. Yeah, she's gonna be kinda weird. I don't know what anybody expected.